Hello there, welcome to our presentation. My name is Maria, and I'd like to introduce you to Ecochain. So my team members and I, so myself, Akin, Ari, and Alan, we all go to the same university, York University in Toronto, Canada. And the problem that we were trying to solve this weekend was that climate change has shown an increasing effect on our environment. Large changes, however, require structural changes throughout society and throughout government. Despite innovation in distributed systems and social media, there is a lack of tooling for empowering individuals and organizations to tackle sustainable practices within their community. Research shows that 47% of Canadians volunteer. However, 90% of Canadians actually want to volunteer, and 2 out of 3 Americans help their neighbor. The goal for our project was to empower sustainable organizations to find volunteers and provide people with an incentive for helping people in their community. We also looked at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to help us during our ideation, specifically the 3 goals: sustainable cities and communities, climate action, and partnerships and action. The solution that we came up with was the gamification of volunteering through our own cryptocurrency. This would incentivize sustainable practices and empower sustainable organizations to improve local community. Users can also earn rewards by creating their own tasks or giving back to organizations. We also wanted to stimulate adoption with a decentralized network that anyone can take advantage of through crypto. And now I'm going to pass it off to Akin to talk about the tech design.
To solve our problem at a technical level, we implemented a 3-tier scalable architecture. Our front end is made of an iOS app with Swift that uses Firebase Auth for login. The front end sends requests to our JSON REST API written in Golang, and each request contains a JavaScript web token to validate the request. The backend stores data on GCP Cloud SQL, and it was deployed on GCP Cloud Run using a Docker container. Some of the challenges we encountered was that the team was relatively new to Golang. Ari as well, who developed the iOS app, was relatively new to Swift UI, and so a lot of this was a learning process. But we learned a lot about blockchain when trying to create this from scratch. These are some of our routes and statements of our database table. I'll now talk about how we created the Ecochain blockchain in our Go app.
To summarize our blockchain implementation, we used a proof of work model where tasks would be placed into blocks. To process these blocks of tasks, we mined these blocks, that is, calculated the ledger using our Go app and HTTP endpoint to mine them. The blocks were mined by finding hashes that begin with 8 zeros, and the number of times we had to generate a hash to find those 8 zeros is called our nonce. And you can see all of the most important code on the screen for that here.
Hi, my name is Ari, and today I'm going to be presenting the iOS client for our application Ecochain. So when you first open the application, as you can see here, we're greeted with 2 options: to log in and to sign up. And you need to do these to use our application. So first off, we can click sign up. I can fill in my information really quickly. And now we have access to a lot of community service tasks in a much easier way. So when you first open the application, we see this home screen here, and there isn't really much here right now because we've just started using the application. So I would like to direct our focus to the tasks tab right now. So I can click tasks, and these are some of the available tasks available in my community right now, which is great. So let's say I want to look at this one from the Toronto Zoo. Great. So I can see that it's a gardening activity at the Toronto Zoo, and the activity is to plant 15 trees at the Toronto Zoo, and the reward is actually 20 Ecocoins. So what I can do is I can click accept task, and now the task has disappeared from the task list because I have accepted it, and it is now in our home screen. So as you can see here, we have the Toronto Zoo task, and it needs to be completed. The next request that we can do is actually send a task. So if you have enough coins to request your own task, you can set it here for other people to see and help you out with. So that concludes the demo for the iOS client.